If the Earth's magnetic field could not have developed through evolution, then evolution logically cannot be possible. The Earth is not just a huge ball of rocks that got together after the Big Bang. The structure of the Earth has an inner core, which is surrounded by the mantle, and the crust is the outer layer. The Earth has a magnetic field, and this is why a compass points north. The magnetic field of the Earth is thought to be made by the motion of fluids that is rich in iron within the Earth's core. We know in general that magnetic fields are produced when there are moving charges. The core of the Earth is rich in iron and nickel, which are metal elements with an electrical charge, and it is the movement of the iron and nickel in the fluid of the Earth's core that creates the Earth's magnetic field. It is truly amazing to consider the amount of the iron that has this electrical charge that would have to continue to be in motion to create the magnetic field on the scale of the Earth. What is not understood, though, is how this is happening on such a large scale and coordinated over all of time to continue a structured flow in a set pattern and at a constant rate within the inner core so that the Earth's magnetic field is constant. If there was just random movements of the fluid, there would be no organized magnetic field on the scale of the Earth. Amazingly, the flow of the Earth's fluid core continues to flow in a specific pattern and at the same rate that is never ending and never changing to make the Earth's magnetic field. How can this be? When you mix or stir any liquid, the liquid will continue to move as long as you keep stirring it. When you stop stirring the liquid, the movement stops. When the liquid has charged things in it, there will be a very tiny magnetic field as long as the charges in the liquid continue to move. When there is more movement or more charges, the magnetic field is bigger. For the Earth's magnetic field, there is so much charged atoms of iron and nickel in the liquid core of Earth that are moving to create a magnetic field so massive that it is measured on the surface of the Earth. The magnetic field of Earth is always the same. A compass always points north. The strength of the magnetic field is always the same. This means the same amount of charges are always moving at the same speed and in the same pattern. But how can the liquid core of the Earth continue to move? We cannot explain it. Even if there was a reason for it to continue to move, how can it move in the same pattern all the time for centuries and centuries? Imagine a glass ball filled with a liquid. How can you get the liquid into motion and keep it in motion circulating inside the ball in a set and never-ending constant pattern? This is the same problem we have with the liquid core of the Earth, which makes the magnetic field of the Earth. Intellectual scientists who are experts in geophysics and planetary physics have all of the available information about the Earth from the Earth and also from data obtained from satellites orbiting over the Earth for years. With all of this information, equipment, time, and funding, there is not a person on Earth who can explain how the magnetic field of the Earth could have formed with evolution. The Earth's core is constantly moving in the same set pattern and at the same rate without change over all of time to create the Earth's magnetic field. How this is happening now and how it ever could have started with evolution is not known. Why it is never ending and never changing is also not known. Evolution cannot be true if the Earth's magnetic field could not have developed through evolution. It is a necessary condition. You do not need to be a geophysicist or planetary physicist to understand the logic that if the Earth's magnetic field could not have developed through evolution, then evolution logically cannot be possible. Further study. The article On the Genesis of the Earth's Magnetism was published in the journal Reports on Progress in Physics and discusses geomagnetism, which seeks to understand the origin of the Earth's magnetism. This article shows that experts in geophysics and planetary physics have no explanation. They say the problem is that the dynamics of Earth's core are too complex and would have to be solved with computers, but that it cannot be resolved on present-day computers. They conclude with speculation about what may happen when computational power is eventually able to resolve core dynamics. They are saying their only hope of ever understanding this is if we make better computers. Really? They feel the best computers at the best institutions on Earth are not good enough to understand the magnetic field of Earth? They just don't know and have no hope of knowing in the foreseeable future. This is not an isolated result of scientists working in geophysics and planetary physics trying to understand the magnetic field of Earth. The article, Recent Changes of the Earth's Core Derived from Satellite Observations of Magnetic and Gravity Fields, was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States of America. This study is based on 8 wy of high-resolution, high-accuracy magnetic and gravity satellite data provided by the CHAMP and GRACE missions. They still have no explanation, however, and tell us that a complete theoretical model remains to be built. Their work now focused on devising more sophisticated Earth's interior models. We cannot explain how the Earth's liquid core containing charged atoms of iron and nickel is constantly moving in the same set pattern and at the same rate without change over all of time to create the Earth's magnetic field. One way to consider this problem is to think in terms of energy. Moving liquid has kinetic energy. Systems of energy experience decay. The moving liquid core of the Earth would experience decay and slow in the rate of flow, which would be measured in decay of the magnetic field unless there is a constant and continual input of energy into the system. This is introductory level physics and energy considerations. However, there is no constant and continual input of energy into this system to maintain the flow of the charged atoms of iron and nickel in the liquid core of the Earth to maintain the constant magnetic field of the Earth. It is unexplained and incomprehensible. It is a published fact in peer-reviewed scientific journals that the origin of the Earth's magnetic field is unknown and unexplained, and there is also no understanding of the continued and constant magnetic field of the Earth.